The key, I think, here is that we just do one thing at one time. And the reason for that is because of the way our attention works, because of the way our focus works. If you look at kind of what we can focus on in any one moment, we can't focus on as much as we might think. So in any given moment, the nerve endings in our brain are bombarded by 11 million bits of information. It's a lot of bits, right? And you think about it, there are a million things you can focus on in this one room alone, right? You can focus on me, you can focus on like my shoes, you can focus on the chair over there, you can focus on the thoughts that are going on in your head, the phone that may be buzzed in your pocket, not to make you anxious or anything like that. But there are so many things you can focus on in the moment, but you only have so much attention. We all do. Out of these 11 million bits, this is one of my favorite stats as it relates to productivity, we can only focus on 40 of them. 40 out of the 11 million. So our attention is a lot smaller than we might think. And now, a lot of productivity, quote-unquote, experts, they like to rail against the idea of multitasking. I'm personally a fan of multitasking, but only in certain situations. And so if we do something habitual, right, something habitual doesn't take our complete focus to do it, right? We have a habit that we're doing. Maybe we're walking. We can walk and chew bubble gum at the same time. We can breathe while we work. Thank God for that, right? But it doesn't require our full attentional space. When you look at how much of our focus a habit takes up, we have some attention to spare, which is why our mind might wander a little bit while we're doing gardening or, or doing anything that doesn't require our complete focus. And so we can even fit a few habitual tasks in this limited amount of attention at one time. But where we run into trouble is with the most central and most important tasks in our work that require more focus than in others. So the more vital a task is to our work, and this is so often the case with our 3 daily intentions, the more focus it requires to do a good job. And this is so often the case in the knowledge economy that we're in today. Might not be the case while we're doing email. We might be able to do email while we listen to a podcast or something like that. But when we do our most important work, the stuff that we get paid more than minimum wage to do, we do it with our brains, and that requires heavy mental lifting. And these tasks benefit from all the attention and energy we can possibly bring to them. And so they don't fit comfortably within our attentional space. This is why we drop balls when we're trying to juggle too many important things at one time. But the brilliant mode that we fall into when we're in one of these situations where we're focusing deep on our work, and your last most productive day, you fell into this, I fell into this in the 20-hour weeks, is when we choose something that's important and we try to eliminate distractions and interruptions, and we allow this task to consume our complete attention. And over time, as I've kind of played around with this mode a little bit, I've begun to affectionately call this mode hyperfocus. Because we're hyper-focused on something. It's when one task expands to consume our complete attention.